Alrighty, what is up, y'all? Spitchk here. We're back for another episode of Nations 2.0, whatever I decide to name it. I am recording this right after the first one. I'm on the world. I don't have a lot of time to record during the week, so I kind of have to crunch them all together. So we're going to continue our tours, man. If you didn't watch the last episode, we toured the main part of my capital here. Let's go ahead and actually check out the maps again. So if you missed last episode, or if you did watch last episode, once again, we'll kind of do a rundown. We started here. Gave you a tour of my main city, all these skyscrapers right here. All these beautiful buildings right here. Those are all my skyscrapers. That is that part of the world right there. We toured the zoo. We went and toured the Olympic Stadium, our embassies, our industrial portion of our city. We actually went all the way down to our Navy base here. This is part of the Navy base here. We had a couple of ships out there. We went out to this island right here as well. Checked it out, our little practice island. We even went down and saw those 3 ships, which I found out had names, which is pretty cool. We got a lot more to explore, and a lot of it is not going to be on this map. Now, first and foremost, it's actually not on this map at all, and I feel like I should grab this map, and we should fill it out together, because right here and right here, I actually built something right there, and I may also have something in that neck of the woods as well. But we're going to go ahead and take these maps and fill them out. We're going to start there. I have a little building here on this island, which is pretty cool. And then we have a ton of stuff up north up here that we can go and check out. So let's go ahead and hit the road. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't find some more fireworks because I've been kind of mowing through them. Luckily for us, we should have a massive stockpile somewhere. Alrighty, here you go. Let's just grab a stack and a half. We'll grab 2.5 stacks. Also, I'm going to put this iron away. There's no reason this iron's in my inventory other than just pure laziness. We'll get into that in a little bit. I guess I got some iron and coal as well I could put away. Alrighty, there we go. Our inventory is now clear. The only reason I was holding that is I started sorting my inventory and then just stopped and decided to record. So that is why I had all that. That is... no reason at all to have that. That was funny. Living next to a nice coral reef, too. Pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't think I grabbed this map, though. Oh, I don't think I grabbed this map. And to make things worse, I think they changed the way it works. I was trying my best here. This is an axolotl farm. Or a breeding facility. I was breeding axolotls here, trying to get the elusive... What's the really rare dark blue? I can't remember. The rare axolotl. That is what I was trying to get. This is probably one of the last structures I built before our long hiatus, too, by the way. That is insane. But, yep, we have a bunch of axolotls in here. I think you could put them in buckets. So I just have all these axolotls. Cyan. Oh, my gosh. That is insane, dude. Poor axolotls. That is what I came here to see, actually. That is a little race course. But I forgot about this little axolotl farm. We'll have to fill out our map. We will absolutely have to fill out our map. That dirt structure right there may be the very first structure I built in this entire world. It was to mark my territory. I found this island. This is actually where I lived my first several days on this world, was this island right here. I claimed this, but it was so nice. I was like, dude, this island's so beautiful. It really is. It's just so pretty. I was like, I can't destroy it. I don't want to build a city here. So I sailed a little bit further to the east, and that is actually where we ended up making the city. But yeah, this is where I lived at first. We did end up building Hotel Khalife, which is kind of an inside joke we've had running. This is my original farm. This is like how I survived with seeds and stuff, and early on in the day right here. And I think my very first mine even to go and get stone and stuff sure is, yeah, just to prove my point here. The trees I probably knocked down, but these red torches have a thing here. But yeah, this was an inside joke here, Hotel Khalife. The name's a joke. The structure itself isn't. I just wanted to build a hotel through a couple of mountains, kind of have it be a resort. I was going to turn this island into a resort town, which it is kind of shaping up to be. I mean, as we continue touring my nation, we will absolutely see kind of what my intentions were here, I think. But yep, let's go ahead and sleep the night away. I don't even know if there's a way to get in there, man. There's nothing too spectacular about it other than... it is just a hotel that shaves through a couple of mountains. Pretty cool, though. What is even cooler is what I was building right over here. Obviously, you have the axolotl farm right there. But this... actually, let's go ahead and grab that boat. Let's see if I can rip a lap. We built a race course, a racetrack, in this little ice biome here. And the start-finish line is right here. This was... almost natural. I feel like it was like shaping. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I intentionally built it. I feel like maybe it was whole. And it was like, I don't know. I do remember placing a little bit up there, but I don't know if this was natural or not. But this is a start finish line, which I absolutely love, making a little hoop like that. But yeah, man, it is so fast. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. It has been a while. I used to be able to rip around here pretty quickly, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yep, you got to drift this corner pretty good. And I made it tricky here on purpose. I wanted it to get really narrow and hard to pass right here. But it's really hard to stay out of the wall. And then I think the other half of the track, it opens up a little bit more to make passes and stuff. Yeah, like right here, it's a little bit more open. Ooh, man, I am terrible. Oh yeah, look how wide it is here. Gosh dang it, man, I am just awful. I cannot rip laps around here to save my life. I was good at one point. I was better. I was practicing stuff. But that's it, man. Just one lap just like that. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to do. I'm shocked more people don't do this in Minecraft in general, but in this world, because we're talking about having races and stuff, like a racing series. Like, obviously, I showed you the one at the Olympics last episode, but that was just a little circle. But, I mean, if you have a snow biome in your territory, there's, like, zero reason not to do something like this. It's just, you could even use wool, just red and white, whatever. You don't even have to torch. You can't torch it up. If you torch it up, unless you do blue ice, I think blue ice won't melt, or packed ice. I don't think those will melt, but that takes way more effort. But, yeah, I don't know why more people don't do it. That's kind of fun. And I wanted to fill out the map here. Oh, yep. You know, it kind of stinks. I almost want to get rid of all the snow on top of my red and white blocks here. Just because I think it would look a little bit better on the map. But, oh well, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and do a lap real quick. Alrighty, yeah, it doesn't really show up on a map all that well. But there you go. That is it. It actually makes the biome look way worse. Maybe that's why I didn't fill it out. I feel like it would look better with the red and white. Now this right here, I've been wanting to show you guys. We did a tutorial on YouTube that kind of explained how to do this to us. But me and Oregon... prior enemies, mind you, in Nations 1.0 Xbox One Edition, me and Oregon were enemies. We were Cold War rivals. Just absolute. I mean, we were it. We were the reason there was a World War, basically. The Cold War, all these conflicts, for one reason or another, was because of mine and Oregon's rivalry. We team up together, put that all aside, and me and Oregon, on our own, I'm pretty sure it was just me and Oregon. Maybe there's someone else. If there is, correct me if they're watching. I'm sorry. I don't remember it. But me and Oregon built this Guardian farm, open to the world to come here and just farm for Guardian stuff. And it did work. It worked pretty well, actually, if I remember. You know, I think it took a little bit to get going. You know, like you don't just show up and there's like 100 Guardians. But man, if you AFK'd here for a little bit, or you were doing something, watching YouTube or something, and you just gave it a little bit of time, man, they started showing up pretty good. And glow squids, I forgot, spawned here too. So yeah, I mean, once that update came out too, I hate glow squids, but once that update came out, that really helped. I was actually going to build this structure all the way to the top, like the entire wall. Like this was going to just be a massive structure. I don't know what for. That's probably why I stopped building it. But we were going to build a massive, like, just building surrounding this structure, and maybe even put a roof on it or something. I can't remember. I actually cannot remember. As long as you don't do water, you can build whatever you want around it. But I mean, just look at all this stuff we had, man. That is insane. Massive project by me in Oregon. You guys have no clue, unless you've done it yourself, how much effort it is to go through and build a wall around a ocean temple like this with sand. You have to use sand, or a block with gravity effect. And then you go through and build sand walls like every 3-4 blocks. Get enough sponges to soak up all the water. Destroy the water temple after getting rid of all the water in the water temple. And then rebuilding this structure here, and then getting the water to be inside of it like this. I mean, it is such a feat. This was probably the biggest project in the world, and one of the top 5. I did a video, I think, way back when, and I did a top 10 structures in Nations 2.0 in the entire world, and I will brag a little bit. The Chicken Nation took home most of them. My nation just had so many mega projects and joint projects, but there's some others. There's some others outside of my nation, but holy cow, man, what a structure that was. I don't think I ever want to do that again unless we have an absolute team, because that was a lot. And that, once again, that was with a little bit of duplication. I say a little bit. That was with duplication. That was with duplication. Oh, here we go. This is a battle zone I forget to talk about. This is technically part of the national park. This is the funniest story I have from this world, hands down. Early on in this world, when I didn't even have my house. Actually, I think that one villager house where all the villagers were, the first one near the farm towers, near the maps in my city. I'd have to show you, I guess. But near that right there, I think I was living out of that house at the time. And I only had like one or two of those farm towers. Well, Silver, Brady, myself, and I think a couple other guys all were at my place and we're like, dude, we should fight some withers so that we can all get our own beacons. As we're at the point in time where we thought we could take some withers. We wanted some beacons. And so I'm like, oh, there's nothing north of my base. Let's go up there and do it. This is just a field. It's far enough from my base. I wish I had a map on me, but it is far enough from my base not to pose a factor. Well, those assholes, because there's four of us, they spawned four withers at the same time, thinking we'd all have like a respectful one-on-one. No, the withers hooked onto each other and every living thing here. You could see the destruction. Two of the withers got into a spiral dance and went up to basically the height limit, and they were just fighting up there for weeks. This is prior to us knowing that you can use fireworks to get your elytras to go really, really high. So we started stacking up to try to fight the withers while we were getting absolutely just molested. I mean, they were just beating the snot out of us. We only killed like two of the withers. So there's two withers we could not kill and we retreated. So for real life weeks in real life, possibly over a month, there were two withers just dancing north of my base. And for years and years and years, real life years, as you explore this world, you will be flying through the sky and you will see random wither projectiles, like the little heads the withers shoot. And you'll be like, where the hell did that come from? Right here, from a battle that took place in probably 2020, 2019. I mean, I think it was 2019 even. If you see a witherhead, just know that witherhead was shot over 7-8 years ago from our complete mishap. And it is one of the funniest battlefields I have ever seen, man. And I mean, it was something. It was truly something. It was early. I mean, one of the earliest things we did. We all got like diamond gear. I mean, really not much at all. It was obviously we would have had to go to the nether, but with duplication, they may have only gotten one nether head or something. I don't know. But, one thing I do want to do, we are getting into my second city, I like to call it. I want to take a casual stroll through my national forest with you guys, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead. I'm kind of showing it all off now. I wish I had a horse. It'd be a little bit faster, but I guess I'll run. I need to sleep. I don't like this rain. It keeps coming back, but yeah, man, I'll fly just to keep it going a little bit faster, I guess. But yeah, nice little stroll through my national forest here. I got this road that goes through it. Curves over here a little bit. And then as you saw, I'll go ahead and walk from here now because we're not too far. But yeah, I have a couple of bridges and stuff, but there was campsites somewhere around here. I remember I built a couple of campsites. We were really just trying to make a natural place. Once again, because I said last episode, I think I had been tearing down so many mountains, so many forests. I wanted a natural aspect to my nation as well. So we claimed this as a national park, national forest, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool. Had a little glass. I mean, I'm scared to stand here. I mean, you knock one glass out and you're falling to your death pretty much. But yeah, this ravine here, we had a nice little glass pathway to just anyone with the fear of heights to really, scare the hell out of them. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I just made a pact to not build anything, I guess. Made an agreement with myself to not build anything in that forest right there. But just to the north of the forest, because you can see that previous city I was in, we really ran out of places to build. So I had to build a second city somewhere, and I wanted to start moving my industrial aspects, whatever you want to call it, out of that city and into a new one, just because that city kind of had a lot of really nice looking things. I didn't want to ruin it with industry and plants and factories and stuff, or grinders, whatever you want to call it. Like these are semi-automatic farm towers. So the farm towers in that main city are just, I mean, completely manual. You have to plant and replace all of them. Well, these are pretty cool. Semi-automatic. You still have to plant them all, but with a flick of a lever, water will go back and forth all the way down and then automatically get harvested. And then the manual part is you just have to plant it, like I said. So, I mean, it does shave off quite a bit of time. You think how long it takes to harvest and plant them all. Now you can just harvest them all, fill your inventory up with carrots, and just go all the way up. So that is pretty cool. Like I said, there's duplication, but we had a lot of factories and stuff. This is another structure that got heavily affected by the switch to peaceful mode, unfortunately. We'll go there here in a second. I am going to sleep to turn this to daytime. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I think that's the automatic chicken cooker. Oh, that noise I just heard right there. Yes, the most evil machine that I got made fun of for quite a bit for. These chickens will lay eggs, And as they lay eggs, it puts it in that dispenser, and the baby chicken will not be affected by the lava because it's short enough. But the second that chicken grows up to be an adult, it gets cooked alive. So that is pretty mean, I won't lie. But yeah, I think that's meaner than this building right here. This building is not as mean, but it is an automatic sheep shearer. The sheep just slowly go around in a very slow chain. And I think I have every colored sheep in there. At least all the colors I need. I don't see purple and some others like pink and stuff. But yeah, as soon as they get to the middle here, right here and right here, they'll automatically be sheared. And their wool will automatically be collected. You'll see as this white sheep right here slowly gets around the corner. I mean, it takes a while. That's really the concept. You want it to take a while because the sheep, yep, there he goes. He just got sheared. They will eat all this grass on the side. And you want to give them time to be able to eat the grass. So that is all it is. Pretty cool. Really, 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 really effective. I tried to build this in 1.12.2, but it actually doesn't work in that edition of Minecraft. That probably just fell in at some point in time. I don't think sheep drop dirt, but I don't know. I've seen crazier things. But you can see all these trees are still decimated. You could see we were planning on expansion. I mean, still expanding all these structures here. Look at all these structures. This is for citizens or something. Couldn't tell you, but we got a lot more. We'll come back to that building, I promise. I promise we will. That is probably the meanest building I have. A lot of nicknames for that building, and none of them I don't think could be said in a YouTube video. So we will save that here for a little bit. Let's see. Oh, this is another a construction building. What I like to do to try to stay organized, I showed you this in the Capitol. Like if I'm building a prison, I'll put all the supplies here for the prison, and I'll mark it supplies for prison, and like here too, supplies for villagers, dirt. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Put it in the right spot there. But I try to do that to stay organized. I don't know if that makes any sense. We got a little villager trading post here. Nothing too spectacular here. Wow, this is still a big work in project, or big work in progress. I see it is not done by any means. Right next to us, we got some slabs on the floor now. Okay. I'm not sure why that is there. Right here to the left, we'll get to this here on the right. That is another, this is honestly, it wasn't a top 10 wonder, but it is a very cool structure. Maybe we will actually do that here in a second. This is my horse breeding facility, the largest horse breeding facility in the world. I can't remember how many horses I have right here, but I think it's near, I think you could get near 100 horses between these three stables here I have in the ground. And I do it in the ground because I feel like that's a little bit safer than just above ground. But yeah, I think well over 100 horses here. You have specifically in here, I think, is the horse breeding building. So you can bring like the best horses, the ones that can go the fastest, jump the highest, into here. And then obviously you can test speed anywhere. But you can only test horse jumping ability if you have a horse jumping testing station, which is right here. So I went up by half a block every single time. So obviously block and a half, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, all the way up to the limit. There is, I think this is the limit for how high a horse can jump. And I have some horses that can do it. I did find a couple. So somewhere, some way a horse can clear that, which is pretty cool. So nice little testing. And I couldn't tell you how many friends I had come over here, just go through all my horses here, oh, I don't like this one, put them back. And then find 2 horses they like, breed them, and then test them here, and then ride their horse home like their god horse or whatever. I mean, that was pretty cool. You think how dumb of a thing that is to build, but holy cow, I mean, it got a lot of use. Once again, we'll go check this out. Well, if it's not a top 10 structure, it's just outside of it. I mean, redstone wise, it is pretty cool. I did have to watch a tutorial on how to construct it. So, I mean, I can't take full credit. Oh, I got a wolf barracks here. I knew I had a wolf barracks somewhere. This building is jam-packed, every single floor with wolves. Look at that. That is friggin' cool. So you can just take a couple wolves out on an expedition or whatever you'd like. Oh, and here's all the cats. There are all the cats. Oh my goodness. This is a fully automatic bamboo harvesting facility. And it is a monster. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't know if, I think it's this one first. Yeah, it's going to be this one first. So what you do is this machine right here will actually go down and back. If I click it, it should go down and back. It'll automatically harvest all of this bamboo. And I mean, the bamboo wasn't very high. So, I mean, I'm not going to get a ton of bamboo from this, but that is okay. But yeah, you let it go all the way down. You don't want to move because I built it to the limit. So if I turn around and I start walking backwards, it'll get unrendered and that machine will actually freeze. and then you have to destroy it and rebuild it in this room that I'm standing in. And to be honest with you, I don't think I could do that right now to save my life. So you want to stand right here, let it do its run, and you are seeing it's missing that right side. It's going to turn around, and when it turns around, it's actually going to come back and get that right side. You'll see here very shortly. It's going to start taking out that right side. And there it is. Yep, you can see it slowly take it out. Once again, man, I may have a sign somewhere that gives credit to whoever designed this. I watched a YouTube video. I could try to do some digging and try to find it. I don't know if it's going to be the exact guy that I watched years and years and years ago that made this. If you guys know who it is, feel free to comment it. Like I said, I'll look it up too. I'm sure there's probably 50 designs extremely similar to this one out there. So I'd hate to credit the wrong person, but once again, not my design. So if you want something designed like this in your world, I recommend just YouTubing it and giving them some views, because I'm not going to be able to explain it in a way that makes sense at all. But yes, once it gets back, it does its little flip here, and then you can click. Funny enough, it actually shoots a ton of bamboo into this room just from all the slime. But then you can click this one right here. This button right there will actually launch minecarts underneath, and look at all that bamboo get picked up. Now, you lose quite a bit of bamboo on top too. Like, in theory, if you were really concerned about losing that bamboo, you could send this machine back down. It's going to pick it all up or knock it down to the ground level, and then you won't lose the bamboo. But look how fast this bamboo grows. I mean, if you were to AFK here all day and then launch this machine every 10, 15 minutes, you're going to be doing fine, just fine. But one of the cooler aspects of this building, right, if it can get any cooler, if I can get up here maybe, it dispenses all the bamboo up into here. And oh, there is a way to get up here. I didn't realize that. I don't have to bang my head against the wall. That is funny. You'll see momentarily as it dispenses all of the bamboo, it should shoot it up here, and then it'll start getting collected in all of these hoppers, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I hear it dispensing. It should be coming. I mean, it takes a little bit. It's in water, so it's a little bit slower moving. Let's see. I'm going to put my bamboo in there as well. No reason for me to hold on to bamboo. I hear it dispense it, so I assume it's going to be very close. Oh, I was looking in the wrong spot. We were looking. So what happens is it'll shoot all of it down on this layer here, and then it gets sucked up there and actually will go on top up there. And so I guarantee, yep, there it is. There's all your bamboo. Yep, I was looking at that wrong. This up here is to drop stuff that needs to be smelted. So if I ever wanted to hook up I don't know, like a food thing, like where food automatically gets dispensed up there to get cooked, that's what this is for. That top one that I was looking at. But yes, the bamboo got dumped right here, so I did completely miss it, and I feel like a fool. But you can see it got sent up to this top portion up here to be dispensed. So at least there's that. I don't think it harvested all that much. I mean, look at this. Every single one of these chests is damn near filled, man. I mean, that is insane. That is a lot of bamboo. So like I said, duplication was a big part of this world, but we built so many structures and facilities and grinders and farms that we can survive without duplication. And there's enough duplication stockpile. I'm not really worried at all about running out of stuff. And I'm not as scared of grinding to get stuff either. So there's that. Look at all the bamboo that got shot out this side. This is another structure that I was working on pretty heavily right before we stopped playing too, and that it is all my bee farms. They work pretty good, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's about to turn night, so I think all the bees are asleep. But yeah, we got a lot of beehives in here. Couldn't tell you if they're duplicated or not. I feel like beehives duplicated don't work all that well, so I'm going to assume no, but maybe they are. I do not know. But yeah, pretty cool. So you can harvest honey and stuff. You can see I don't have all that much honey. Honey came out not too long before we stopped playing, so that's just one of those items that probably really didn't get duplicated a whole lot. It's really, why would you duplicate honey too? That's kind of a weird one to duplicate. All right, we're gonna go ahead and sleep, and then I'm gonna show you the structure right here. It is probably my most evil structure ever built. Now, luckily for all of the pillagers, illagers, whatever you want to call them, it got switched to peaceful, so they were all set free. But I had probably over 50 pillagers imprisoned here. I would find all the random pillagers with the flags and stuff that spawned randomly in the wild, and I would stick them in boats, and I would literally hop in the boat with them and drive them all the way up here just to imprison them. I spent hours and hours and hours imprisoning them. And if you think that's already pretty evil, right? That already takes another level of hate to do. And I hate them, by the way. Cool feature to Minecraft. I don't hate like that they're added. They're so friggin' annoying. I decided to do this. I decided to fill the top of each of their chambers with regeneration and poison, which I can dispense at my discretion. Which, once again, extremely evil building. I am not proud of it, but I mean, you get shot by enough of the pillagers while you're out exploring. I guess it'll drive you mad, right? And so yeah, we made a pretty evil structure here. Once again, not proud of it, but it's cool. You can't say it's not cool. Right? It looks like I didn't fill up some of them. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, it's pretty evil, man. But yeah, I even gave them gray beds and everything, dude. Just that is a structure right there. You know, that is actually one of the most popular structures in the world. Almost all the players knew about this structure, and when they heard about it, it was like immediately like that may be the coolest thing in the world, just because that building was built with pure hate. I hate to say it. There's absolutely zero love in the production of that building or construction of that building. But we got another little airport here to land on. We're just gonna sidetrack and pretend that you guys never saw that. All right, let's just agree to disagree here. And then that's it for the second city. However, we're not done. I said we had a second storage facility, and its whereabouts was extremely secret for quite some time. Despite it being a relatively large structure, there's only a handful of people that knew about it. Now, there's obviously, it's not hidden. It's going to be right here next to, I think, the largest runway in the world. It's either the largest or second largest runway in the world, depending on spawn. But right here, it's basically a copy and paste of my first storage building. I put the flag up there so people knew it was mine. So if they came across, I mean, with the building type, they should have known already. But you know, just to know not to mess with it and stuff, because people would randomly adventure. But this is actually really far away from all the other nations. There's only one nation close to it, and it's going to be, I think, in that direction right there. All the other nations are really far that way, that way. Most of them are that way, really far. I mean, thousands and thousands of blocks. So I really had nothing to worry about. But I built a second storage facility here, and this is a little rail building to get to and from it. Oh, nope, this is a duplication building. Look at that. That is, if you guys remember this whole duplication method back in like 2022, that is it. There you go. There's a rail building somewhere. Maybe it's in here. Oh, yep, I actually built it right into the storage facility. There you go. And you can see I was shipping all kinds of crap up here. Oh my God, fireworks? Minecarts and stuff? Holy cow. The reason I did this, there was so much stuff in my original storage facility that people were getting like 10 frames a second in the capital. So I shipped probably 80% of my items up to here, where there's only a storage facility, because a storage facility like this filled to the brim with items combined with like 100 structures, 100 chests, flags, signs, all that crap, entities. The zoo was right there. It was bad. It was pretty dang bad. So I shipped almost everything up here, and it is basically a copy and paste, and it took hours and hours and hours. And you got to think how many minecarts I had to use to ship them up here. But the good news is, not every block needed to be transported. There's just some things we don't duplicate. And I mean, it looks like signs and stuff. No, I mean, we didn't even really do signs and stuff. So there you go. Don't even need to do most of these. Yep, there you go. All the slabs and stuff. I assume this top floor is going to be the most heavily stockpiled, because this is going to be like your food. Yep, and then your diamonds and stuff are going to be right over here at some point. Let me see. Where are the diamonds? Yeah, right here. Yep. Oh, no, not even. Diamonds aren't even that bad. Okay, there you go. Maybe it's a diamond blocks. Let me check diamond blocks. I'm curious. Yep, here we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. Diamond blocks are obviously much more valuable than just diamonds, because there's 9 diamonds per block. So that actually makes way more sense. But yeah, man, second storage facility. Pretty dang cool. I mean, it just shows you how much time we spent on this world, man. Years and years and years. And just so many people. This structure, I think, was mostly me. I don't remember anyone helping me with this structure. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But with this airport right here, I did plan on... Actually, yeah, this is carpet, so there are lights under here. Yep, there you go. I was fully intending on making this runway completely redstone capable, I guess, so the lights turned on and off. I was going to build an air traffic control tower. Obviously, I do air traffic control in real life, so I was super excited to build a runway that actually functioned. I don't think it's the largest runway in the world. I think Spawn's runway is going to be bigger, but this is the only runway with functional lighting, so that is pretty cool. But with that, we're still not done with my nation, if you can believe that. We are still not done. we still have actually quite a bit more to see in my nation. A lot, yeah, quite a lot. I mean, we're over halfway through it. We've seen most of the mega projects. There are still some projects left, but we're gonna go ahead and I'll just meet you at my next location. Alrighty, here it is, my next location. There it is. Some trees are knocked down. That's all we have. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. I love NASCAR. I forgot about that. We built a massive freaking horse track with pit stalls and everything. And this was a collaboration between so many nations, mainly just the landscaping. I mean, they knocked down so many hills, so many hills. You could see that. I mean, it basically was even taller than this. It was more like stuff like that we had to knock down, and you could just see how much landscaping we had to do. I know Brady. I think Megan, Oregon. I think was here. I think Silver. I mean, Dan was probably here. There's so many people that were here. I couldn't even tell you all the names of people that helped me out here. But a massive, massive horse race track here that we named Cluckadega after Talladega, and then Dr. Cluck, obviously being my gamer tag. So kind of a combination there. But what a massive speedway. And then I built something right next to it that I thought was cool, and I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I built I guess, independent village. Like, the idea was this village is its own nation, and this is kind of like the border checkpoint here. Like, they're not allowed to leave, and I'm not allowed to enter without going through there. You need a passport. But this village should be completely self-sufficient and completely safe from the mobs. There was no village here. These villagers were imported via, I think this building right here actually has a zombie villager. Yep, yep. Or maybe that's a breeding chamber. I don't know. Maybe that's a breeding thing. Maybe this is the breeding side, and then maybe over here was the zombie villager. Changer. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I think I changed them all from zombie villagers. Obviously, there's enough villagers now. You can just breed them and whatnot. So I think that's what I've been doing. But I say we, but I built all these buildings. Like, I even think I did most of the landscaping, but the whole goal was to make this village extremely safe. That's why there's like these construction pillars right here, so that villagers can't go out here because it's not safe yet. I haven't fully enclosed it or made it lit up enough. Like right here, zombies could get right here. I was making a graveyard for all the villagers that died. Looks like we got one right there. Believe it or not, looks like one's already been buried. But yeah, all kinds of structures, and I was going to make it this entire desert here. I really wish I had a map, man. I really wish I had a map, but I was going to make this entire desert like the world's largest village and make it self-sufficient. And have like buildings, like tall buildings and stuff. Kind of make, it sounds crazy, but I was kind of going for like a Middle Eastern-ish style of architect. I feel like that's kind of what we got going here. Like the obviously the structures, the desert structures, that's what they look like in Minecraft, but I was kind of going for that Middle Eastern vibe too, which I thought was pretty dang cool, man. But yeah, all the houses have things in it. We got a well here. There should be farms and stuff as well somewhere. Down here, we got the villager trading things. Look at that. Oh no, he can get in and out. I thought I trapped him in there. Nope, but that's the whole point, though. It's why trap him in here. The whole village is safe, and I don't know. I thought this was pretty sweet, man. I spent a lot of time here. Obviously, I made the river inaccessible because you don't want drown to come up here. But yeah, the whole goal was to make this whole village massive. I mean, you can see how far back this road was going to go. I think I was going to put little houses in the side of this hill here. Just change out a lot of this for sandstone and stuff, and then probably like a fishing dock over here. Since it gets a little bit lower to the ground. And I mean, we were going to do a ton. Now, there's an actual village up there. If we were to make this world a longer tenured thing, I guess, if we get going, that'd be cool to make a rival village. Like maybe they have that side of the river, this one has this side of the river, and just build like a little battlefield right there between them or something. That'd be neat. I'm just thinking out loud. That'll take so much work. I doubt we'll do that anytime soon. But there's so many other projects, too, I care more about. So probably not. But I mean, that is a pretty cool. A couple of structures over here. I mean, obviously you have Cluckadega Speedway, which was one of the top 10 structures, I think. Really not all that impressive time-wise to build, other than the landscape. The landscaping's insane. I mean, the structure itself isn't fully done. I was going to build a full infield with garages and stuff. I was going to build hotels around it and all that, but we haven't gotten there. But yeah, man, pretty cool racetrack here. If you want to go horse track racing, this is it. This is going to be your place. But yeah, you could go 3 wide here at Cluckadega. I love it, man. I absolutely love this world. So many mega projects. There's more stuff in my nation nearby, too. I'm in love with you. I don't know if I can find it all. There's a couple of smaller projects that aren't super duper important. I know my buddy Madden, he's one of my Navy buddies. He has a place in my nation. Right here. Wow. Holy cow. Right on cue. I found it. I couldn't find it on the way there. He only plays on Minecraft Mobile, by the way. He built all of this in Minecraft Mobile. He is a machine. I can't even build a house in mobile, and he's going to build an entire dock and working on a ship with an actual helicopter here. Now, wow, he even actually put barrels down like it's an H60 picking up a load here, cargo load. That is friggin' sweet. So, I don't know. I think he designed this himself. I don't even think he watched a tutorial on it. I remember him telling me, I mean, he is an absolute nerd when it comes to, military stuff with ships and planes and all that. So, him building it out of memory or like just looking at a Google image of a destroyer, I can absolutely see him doing that. So shout out to him, man. What a cool structure. And I haven't been in this in forever. Obviously, I haven't been on the world, but he was struggling on the front of the ship. He was really struggling up here. You can see he was having a bad time. But obviously, being on mobile, I don't blame him at all. I mean, that is a friggin' feat on its own. And wow, he built another dock over here. So he had more stuff going. Yeah, he had quite a bit of stuff going. I think this is his house that he was working out of. So I'm going to have to send him a message. If he's back on shore, he was deployed not too long ago. He was still in the Navy last I checked. So if he's back on shore, man, I'll have to see if he wants to hop on. He would probably be a guy to hop on. I think he would absolutely love it. But I supplied him with all the building materials, and I tried to do protection. I think this is actually his storage facility over here. Yep, an obsidian encased building. Looks like something he would do. Doesn't this look like a mobile build? I gotta tease him a little bit, right? Probably a mine. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, this is him. Golden entryway. Oh no, this is a friggin' like a German artillery. What do you call them? Not a pillbox, right? I don't know. It's not a pillbox. What do they call it? A bunker. Yeah, it's one of those cliffside bunkers like Germans used on D-Day and stuff. Holy cow! Look at that. And then of course he put all his stuff in here. Smart man. Put all your stuff in the obsidian encased building, man. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, man, he had a pretty cool build there. Unfortunately, not done, but I can't blame him being on mobile and whatnot. But that is going to be just east of all of my cities and stuff. I actually have to fly directly over my Olympic field and city to get to our next location. This is how massive my nation was, by the way. We had a massive, massive, massive nation. I mean, by far, my nation was probably the next several nations combined in size. But with all the buildings in just transportation and everything we had, you can't really be mad at me. Because, I mean, we were using the land. We have a lot of structures, so that is one thing. But here we go, flying over the zoo. We're going to continue flying. I may fast forward. Well, and here you guys go. We are getting into the final portions of my nation, and I just want to check my elytra. Oh, we are getting low. We are getting low. Yeah, we're going to have to get some experience and try to bump that back up. But so this is the part of my nation where things get a little spicy. I talk about how peaceful this world was. I talk about, all the buildings, all the structures. There's multiple intentions for this chunk of land. So obviously you saw, I didn't cut that. You saw me overfly that massive ocean to get to where we are now. You can see all these walls and stuff. As the world went on, there were some conflicts that happened, most of which I wasn't really involved in. And so I just stayed out of. Everyone that was conflicting with each other was still cool with me. So my place was like a neutral ground, a peaceful area. But as the world got older, there was one instance specifically where I was kind of getting drug into it more and more. And there was a lot of people in the world that was kind of conflicting with an individual named Runty, who I no longer talk to. But for historical aspects of this world, I want to say I do miss having Runty in Nations Worlds. I feel like there always was a little bit of drama. It was fun, man. It made the world so much fun. There was people that didn't necessarily like Runty. I'm not going to get into all that, man. I definitely miss having Runty in the worlds. For nations, I feel like those conflicts and stuff were always fun. But Runty was an advocate against duplication. I hated duplication. Obviously, I've shown you my entire nation. I will not deny it. There's a ton of duplication. When I go and show you all these other nations, same thing. You're going to see a ton of duplication. It's, once again, is to get an edge on each other, you duplicate it. That's kind of how it works. Well, Runty located or settled in a place really close to spawn. Actually, they border spawn, and we're going to check spawn out this episode. We'll probably even see Runty's land, as well as a lot of other people settled near spawn. I mean, you got Brady, Silver, Lee, when Lee was still playing. Cool Guy wasn't that far from spawn. Then you had Runty. Obviously, spawn has territory, and then I am just east of spawn. And there's even more. Oregon's not that far from Spawn. I mean, there's a good 6 nations that border each other really close to Spawn. And so Runty started conflicting with Brady, who was allied with Lee, Silver, but not necessarily Oregon. We'll get into all these things. But so there's like these teams kind of being formed. Uh, there's some issues with Runty and Brady specifically, and I was allied with Brady. But then Runty and me, obviously, I duplicate. Runty didn't appreciate the fact that I duplicate, so we were butting heads a little bit. And so me and Brady teamed up to do something completely I would consider annoying. I mean, it was pretty mean. We decided, because we have a rule with claiming land, and obviously Runty and Brady's maps aren't here. I think we'll see them at spawn. In order to actually claim land, you need to like announce it, right? Like, hey, I'm claiming this land. If you can get a picture of the map and fill it out on Minecraft Maps and like draw an outline and like send it to the group chat or whatever. That's number one, right? You got to actually make it known. Two, you got to actually build structures. So whether you build a border, flags, a symbol, you put your banners down, you got to do something to actually mark your territory. You can't just claim it and then have a massive chunk of land that you do nothing with. Well, you've seen how much I built with my land and how massive my land is. And so I can do that. I can claim massive chunks of land and go and build on them and claim it. And so what I did is Runty's land is right over here. So the right side of this river here is my land. The left side is Runty's. So the left side of the river is Runty's. Runty technically had all of this land claimed as per them. According to them, this was all their claimed land, but there was zero structures, zero borders, no flags, nothing. So at a just kind of a flex, I would say, because we were kind of beefing over the duplication thing, and they were beefing with Brady a little bit. I claimed this amount of land. Well, Brady goes and does the same thing on the other side of Runty, basically entrapping Runty in an extremely small portion of land just to kind of flex. And obviously, we'll get into it, and I'll show you it a little bit more. But that's kind of some of the backstory between this land. Now, I had other reasons to do this as well. Me being the biggest nation, the most peaceful nation, all this stuff. I had a lot of people when they first joined the world want to join my nation, friends of friends, all this stuff. And I don't want them smack dab in the middle of the capital, right? So I was building this area for them to kind of just do whatever the hell they want, so that they could come here, build their houses, and not really have any regulations. Because I don't want people just building in the middle of the city, right? That's annoying. And so I figured I'd have a set of land, and this is close to spawn, right? This way they don't have to travel 3,000 blocks to the main city. They can travel, I think it's 1,000, and I think there's even a railroad from here to the capital, so or to the spawn capital, I should say. But there is a storage facility for these guys, for anyone that were to join my nation here, just so they have some supplies. We're working on it. I think I have a couple of starter houses. I think that's what this is, or at least a place to sleep at night. Horse stables. I mean, we were doing a lot. We have the farms. We were building the farms over here. Yep, you can see those just fully manual. They're not even done. But the main thing was I was building this wall, this border between me and Runty, and I'm going to go ahead and fly the length of it. And it was kind of a flex. It was kind of a statement like, hey, I'm the #1 nation right now. And then I had a bunch of allies, obviously, as I've talked about this whole time. I said, this is a peaceful way to flex, right? I'm not going to Runty's place and destroying it, putting TNT traps. I am just taking land that they may or may not have claimed, that there's no proof of them claiming, and then I claim it for myself, right? And then Brady does the same thing, kind of in a tag team. But all this land, so technically right now I'm in Runty's land. This is Runty's land. You can see nothing's done though. Just as the land on the right here, nothing's done. They didn't. Let me see. Yep. So we go around here and it just keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. And I built one of the largest sugarcane farms in the world. There's a couple of them. Sugarcane was a hot commodity for some reason. Now that is Runty's land right there. You can see some stuff. That is a symbol they were using once they saw what I was doing. I made this little island right here. It was supposed to be like the peace island between me and Runty right here, just because I didn't want to claim it, but I decided to build something here. But I even built an extension so that they can hook up their roads or something to it, like right here, so they can have like one of their main roads connect to it, and they never did. So, you know, all they have is a couple of symbols, right? So, I mean, I feel like I'm in the right. If I can put up massive structures like this, and they can't even put up roads and stuff, I feel like I'm in the right for claiming it. I did terraform their land a little bit, but I have guard towers. Obviously, I lit up my side of the border, as always. You got to do it, man. You got to torch it up. But, man, this thing went on for quite some time. And then up here, I did hook it to the left a little bit just to get to this river right here. There you go. And so this is technically Runty's land, but I will confess, it was a joint operation between me and multiple other nations to go and kind of strip resources from over here as another like kick in the balls. We're just trying to be dicks. I ain't gonna lie, we were kind of being dicks. We decided to come over here and yeah, just start mining a bunch of resources, just mining trees. I think there's a couple forest fires, so we were kind of antagonizing them. I hate to say it, probably were not in the right, but there's a lot of history in nations with like Cold War and like special operations and stuff. You can see this is where the wall was still under construction. So it was meant to continue going north for quite some time. I mean, holy cow, look at this. It just keeps going and going and going and going, man. But and all the way up to this ocean here. Now, this is a massive, massive ocean, and this ocean will loop all the way back over to that second storage facility that I previously showed you. That is how big this ocean is. It'll loop like all the way back that way. But yeah, I mean, I was in the right, I was in the wrong. I definitely neutral evil. Maybe is a good way to put it. Like I feel like it wasn't very nice. There's probably other ways to do it, like definitely a little bit of antagonization. But I mean, I built all of this stuff. It's not like I claimed it and did nothing with it. This is probably the more evil part, is going in and mining and stuff in their land, burning trees. There's no villages or pillaging or anything like that, but still somewhere around here, and I couldn't tell you where. Brady built a wall, and it might have been further north, it might have been further south. Runty may have actually deleted it. Ooh, Runty may have actually mined it down, but Brady essentially did the same thing I did with I think, dirt wall, because he's the dirt kingdom. And like I said, we boxed Runty in, and I think Runty actually got rid of that wall, and it was damn near going to yeah, it would have been further north. Damn near would have started a conflict. Let's go ahead and take a peek at Runty's base here, because we're on our way to spawn, and this place is basically on the way to spawn. I think it's right up here. There's another one of his symbols to claim it. And that's all we asked. You got to do a symbol, a road. You got to do something. Yeah, this is Runty's base right here. Once again, Runty was very against duplication, which I respect, man. First and foremost, I respect that greatly. Absolutely respect the fact that they did not duplicate. Absolutely. I mean, credit to them. Which makes it a little bit meaner when, I use probably duplicated stone to mass build like that, but I don't know. I feel like there's a middle ground for sure that just no one decided to come to a resolution to. I don't know. There's just so much to it, man. Nations, it's so fun. I love the politics of nations world. I know it sounds boring. And it's basically roleplay, dude, but it is pretty fun. I mean, because you're allies and you could team up and do stupid things like that, like claim a bunch of land and work together. Projects like that, but somewhere around here, man, is spawn. Runty's base is pretty dang close to spawn. Let's see if I can find it. I may have already passed it. Nope, here it is. Here is spawn. You can tell by that beautiful yellow building built by Oregon. Now, I think there's a map here at spawn. I'm going to go to the map and see if I can't show you it first, because that's going to help me explain a lot more to it. But spawn is a neutral ground between all nations. All nations are welcomed here at spawn. All resources at spawn are, kind of up for grabs with respect. Like, just don't come here and loot the hell out of it. Like, if you need something, feel free to come here. But, if we need something at spawn, like, we'll put out a public thing, be like, hey, man, we need this. So people would kind of help us. And, I built a bunch of the embassies here. I think we opened it up for other people to build embassies. We just didn't want people to build like crap, like a little dirt shack, which, once again, shout out Brady, Dirt Nation, probably what he would have done, right? So, you just... which isn't the worst thing, because it is cool having a combination of all the different nations in their building type here. But here you go. All the different nations had their little chair. This is where we would have all our meetings. Several videos here, by the way. We had several videos recorded here way, way, way back in the day where everyone met here and we just kind of bullshit, man. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I swore there was a map. I really did swear there was a map here. I don't know where. I'm going to see if I can find it. Here we go. Now we have a bunch of stone in the way. That's probably because I was working on the top half of the map. So let's go ahead and get rid of that so we can get a full view of spawn here. Alrighty, I had to look at the map, make sure nothing too crazy was on here. Historically, there have been some crazy builds. You can already see right here, there's still one. But here we are. The world's largest runway is right here at spawn. Spawn borders are really hard to see, but... this is all of spawn right here. This little structure here from the runway all the way up here. South of spawn here is going to be Lee. This is mostly going to be Lee here in this like acacia looking biome here. And then that's going to border Brady. Right on the border of Brady. Brady's going to be kind of this... They didn't use the river as a border. They just made their border really hard to see because Brady's a little over here, he's a little over here. But Lee got banned for reasons we'll get into at a later date. And so Brady absorbed his nation for like historical purpose. He's just kind of maintaining it so that it doesn't get griefed or taken over by someone else who would use it for other purposes. But yeah, Brady right here, Lee right here, Silver's going to be right down here, Oregon is going to be here, Recruits even further down. Once again, Spawn, oh, Cool Guy's going to be over here, so Brady, Cool Guy, I mean, that's just how compact it is right here south. Spawn right here, Runty right here. I mean, I don't even know if you can see his base. I think that's going to be Runty's base right there. I think he has something right there, unless that's part of Spawn. I don't know. I think that might be part of Spawn, actually. But yeah, Spawn right here, Runty, Brady, Lee, Cool Guy. You got Oregon, Megan, Silver. So many people in this small area right here. But nice little middle area of the world where we all come to work, as I've mentioned before. Does this go up? It doesn't do either. Okay. Here we go, getting back up to it, though. This is spawn, actually. All players will spawn right here. There's like a block like right friggin' here. They will spawn, and then they actually get to go through the exit. I think I don't know what the hell's going on, actually. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but they're supposed to go through like a quick little tutorial right there before they get permissions, because I think back in the day I had to give them permissions. So, I don't know. It's been so long I couldn't tell you. But Oregon was working on multiple large projects here. He built that big yellow skyscraper for Spawn. I can't remember what that was going to be. I think like apartments or something was his intention. I would have to ask him. Oregon's a guy we got to get on this world, if anybody. There's several people I want on this world, but Oregon would be a good one. Built this massive train station. This train station is supposed to be a way for all major nations. I mean, there's only 4 slots, so they would have to like combine further out. I guess like if one of these lines would have to go to Lee, then Brady, then Cool Guy. Like just one line goes straight west, one line goes north, one goes south, one goes east, because there's only 4. So, but like one could hook a 180, go east, pick me up, and then pick a hacker. I think was out there, Dan, so on and so forth. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, man. Oregon was a busy man building this. This, once again, not a building that cracked the top 10. Mainly because it's not done. I feel like if you would have completed it, because, I mean, look at this. It even had, this right here, which I think was going to be like a shopping mall or something. Yeah, I think, he was working on a shopping mall extension to it. Look at that. I think that's what he was going to do. I could be wrong. This is going to be Lee's land. That's obviously his flag. He's got the United States flag and one more over there. But on the other side of this was Lee's old land, and you can just see it is going to be torn to hell. Fucking creepy structure that is, but I credit where credit's due. I mean, he built it good, and he had a lot of cool buildings. He's going to have another really controversial structure over here, but once again, I mean, he knocked it out of the park. Everyone was, he was getting some crap for building it. People were like, why, dude? Why are you building that structure? But, I mean, it looks good. I'll give him credit. It is a well-designed skyscraper that, compared to some other of Lee's structures, I think it's one of his best builds. I mean, this one's not bad. This is a pretty neat building, too, right here. I'll give him credit. There's some pretty cool ones. But then you got, like, stuff like that. It looks like, it's like old school Minecraft. But he actually went ahead and built Trump Tower. And, yeah, it's one of his best builds. Like SpongeBob. It's right next. Look, you got a cobblestone cock, SpongeBob, Trump Tower. Lee's land was an absolute free-for-all, man. And then you got Brady's buildings here, which credit's due. I helped him build some of these, all his dirt buildings there. I did help him build the dirt kingdom right here, but there's no border. Like, he technically built that in Brady's land, but then you got that skyscraper, you got that's his house. You got all kinds of stuff here, more dirt buildings. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I said I was going to end it after doing Spawn, and that is still my intentions. Is this... Yeah, this is the way to spawn, right? Yeah, we are officially in. Oh, is this someone else's land? Yeah, this is someone else's land, because that's not one of their flags. Unless they just built a Russian flag. I think that's a Russian flag. I could be wrong, I guess. But spawn's right here, man. That is where we're going to end it for today. Ooh, actually, what is this at spawn? This is something. This is something right here. I have no clue what's going on. Oh, it's a little stage. It looks like a little stage to do speeches, I guess. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to be finding so many structures that I don't remember. That is just how big this world was. But yeah, man, if you guys give me some ideas, if you want me to tour other nations, we could do that. If I feel like I got to do a project, maybe one more tour episode. and then we do a project. I feel like there's just so much more to see. I'd hate to leave it on a cliffhanger for you guys, and especially after teasing you with Lee's Land and Brady's Land. And it's there are some weird builds that would probably get people canceled if they build them today and stuff. But I don't know. I think it's fun, man. They're like I said, we're a bunch of edgy teenagers, young adults at the time of playing. So I don't know. I know that's not really an excuse, but it's fun to revisit all the old structures and go back and be like, oh yeah, yep, cobblestone penis, SpongeBob, Trump Tower, yep. Because that basically sums up Lee's Land. That's funny. That is funny as hell. I didn't even realize those structures would be there. That is funny. I forgot about Trump Tower. That is insane. What a structure. Then we got to get Oregon on, man. He has so many projects. I feel like we got to check out Oregon's base next. Maybe we'll do one more tour episode, tour all these guys, and then go over to Oregon's. There's one base I don't think I can visit. That's going to be Silver's Land. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's not good. he has a mega structure, but it is not in a very friendly shape. So yeah, I don't know if we could see that one. So with that, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to wrap it up for my nation. We toured a little bit of Runty's, Lee's, saw a little bit of Brady's, and then Spawn. I mean, there are still 10 plus nations we have yet to go to, and some of them are pretty big, like Oregon's. Oregon has a pretty big nation as well. He has quite a bit of mega builds that have been started but not finished. So I guess we will see with that. But then, man, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like the video, dislike it if you disliked it. Tell me why, man. Maybe I can improve, maybe I can't. I got a lot of comments that say I'm quiet, so I turned my audio up a little bit. So let me know if you've noticed a change. I only did a little, so you may not even notice. I don't know. We'll see. But then, man, I will stop rambling, and I will catch you guys in the next one.